Are live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody who watches the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What a game. I mean, first off, we got to talk about him, Austin Reaves. If I told you going into the offseason, Luka, LeBron, or Austin Reaves, who'd be the first one to drop a 50 piece, Austin Reaves would probably be the last out of those three, but Austin Reaves is the first one to drop a 50 piece. Luka almost had one the other night, but Austin Reaves, man, I mean, this was fantastic. He was incredible, right? I mean, he deserves all the flowers. It's not so much that he just scored the basketball. He did it efficiently, right? But it's all the other little things. I thought he was great defensively, right? For a guy that basically had to handle everything for the Lakers. He's 12 of 22, so he shot 54.5%, but it's also 3-point shooting, right? I've talked about this so many times over the years. When Austin Reaves' three ball is falling, he's a completely different player. The confidence is up. It becomes easier out there for him. Teams have a harder time defending him. It's why I'm so adamant about the three ball with him, right? Obviously him playing off ball alongside Luka and LeBron to still be able to be effective, but it just opens up everything for him. It puts him in just such another realm in so many ways when he's hitting. Now, I'm not saying he has to shoot, 60%. He was 6 of 10 from three. Not saying he has to do that every night, but, again, these last two games, right? You had the previous game against Minnesota, and then you had this game. Lakers, by the way, 2 straight wins. I love it. Talked about in the video I posted earlier, right? Look, losses happen. You're going to lose games, right? How do you respond, right? Do you fold and lose 2-3 in a row, or do you win 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row? Lakers responded, 2 straight wins. I love it. 2-1 on the season. But you saw Austin Reaves last game, really, and then it carried over into this game. Obviously, he had to do it more this game. But Austin Reaves, I've talked about, right? You see the ability to not just score the basketball, but also to create and, be that generator, right? The whole point of Austin Reaves being the guy next to Luka long term is that he is Luka-like, and on some nights can be Luka-esque, as we see tonight, right? I mean, the guy had nearly a triple-double, right? 51 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and here's the key, 2 turnovers. He only had 1 turnover the night before. So Austin Reaves, it's his ability to create. It's his ability, like I've talked about in the past, him, obviously when he's having a game like this, get tunnel vision, it's fine. But you'll see times he's got to be able to balance the scoring with the making, right? Talked after the very first game of the season. I was like, it wasn't just it was that he just kind of got in these spots, in these pockets. We've seen these last 2 games, the $35+ million Austin Reaves. This is such a great opportunity for Austin Reaves. I talked about it in a video that I made before the game started, right? This is Reaves' opportunity to show I'm worth $35 million. Now, this game was unbelievable, but it's the consistency. So far, 2 straight games, he has shown remove the point total. Talking about just the way in which he played these last 2 games. It's 2 straight games that he has been brilliant, right? The 51, I love it, right? Unbelievable. But it's more than just hey, I can go get 50. We know Austin Reaves can score the basketball. It's all the other things. And Austin Reaves showed that in these last 2 games. And even today, he didn't just score the basketball. He didn't just play. He played defense. He took care of the basketball. He ran the offense. He controlled that game. And that's what you want to see. Talked about it in that video, right? We've seen Austin Reaves with Jackson Hayes and a bunch of G League guys go into Boston and go just dominate and walk out with a win, right? We've seen that. We know Austin Reaves can get to that level, right? But it's also about making sure that you're managing the game, right? Being that game manager for the Lakers. And I thought he was brilliant in this game. It wasn't yes, the 51, unbelievable, right? I don't want to sell that short. But when you're looking at the hey, can this guy be the long-term answer alongside Luka? And when Luka's out, the last 2 games, one with Luka, one without, you have seen that version of Austin Reaves that, yes, this Lakers team can have success. Said it in the offseason. I believe this team there is a version of this team that can win an NBA championship. There is a version of this team that I believe is going to be very good this season, right? I said that. I thought that they would win 53 games. Thought Luka would get the MVP as long as he played 65 games, right? Think Austin Reaves, can he coexist with the other two? We're going to have to see eventually. But these are the things, these are the moments, these are the games where it's just like, here it is. Here is this team. And, it wasn't just Austin Reaves, right? It wasn't like the Lakers only scored 51 and whatnot, right? DeAndre Ayton, back-to-back, just excellent games from him. On both sides, I thought he was excellent defensively. I thought he made plays. I thought he did the dirty work. 5 offensive rebounds, 22 points, 15 rebounds. He also outplayed. So we have a game where DeAndre Ayton outplayed Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid, and then followed that up with outplaying Sabonis, who love Anthony Davis. Go look up Anthony Davis's record against DeMontis Sabonis, right? Again, not saying DeAndre Ayton is Anthony Davis, but that is, again, Austin Reaves and Luka and DeAndre Ayton are the 2 guys next to Luka Doncic that we're looking at for long-term answers. Those are the 2 guys that we're hoping can figure it out enough, and you saw the connection between those 2 starting to build to where those 2 can be kind of the foundation pieces alongside Luka Doncic long-term to carry us into, the promised land on multiple occasions. But DeAndre Ayton was fantastic. Rui had some great sequence. I mean, Rui, I thought, played very well. He didn't settle. He was aggressive. I mean, he only took 1 3, right? Because he kept getting to his spots. He had that one sequence late in the game where we were all scrambling. He gets the ball. Shot clock winding down. Has the composure, has the mind of, hey, let me get to my spot. I still have time. Let me elevate, shoot over the top, knock down the shot. It was beautiful on his end. Marcus Smart, being that initiator, being the guy diving for loose balls. Hopefully he's okay. He had that little kind of nagging knee thing. I imagine he sits out tomorrow because you got to remember, Lakers have a back-to-back tomorrow. But thought he was brilliant. Jared Vanderbilt, I thought he was brilliant on the defense side. He got into foul trouble. But like I've said, I would rather a guy be overly aggressive than not aggressive enough. I will gladly take Jared Vanderbilt being overly aggressive, and just doing the things we know Jared Vanderbilt can do. Rebound, hit a couple shots, right? He gave us 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. I love it. Jake LaRavia really hit some big shots down the stretch, had some big moments. I mean, he had 11, 5, and 6, or 11, 6, and 5, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, right? Like Jake LaRavia, I thought, played really well, hit some shots, did some things down the stretch for the Lakers, right? Like these are the things that collective effort, right? The luxury that the Lakers have is they have a Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reaves, right? So those guys can handle a lot of the workload, but it's the other guys chipping in. Talked about when we lost LeBron James to start the season. It's a great opportunity for guys to elevate and pick things up. It's a great opportunity for guys to get into a rhythm, to figure some stuff out. And then hopefully when LeBron comes back, he just goes, hey, let me just slot in. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the things that led to the success. I'll slot in. LeBron James is good enough and smart enough to figure it out. Right? He's going to go get his 20, 25 every night anyway. Right? So again, let those things. Now without Luka, again, this is a huge moment for Austin Reaves. So far, I mean, he did about as good of a game as you could possibly do. Right? Unbelievable. Deserves all the flowers, without a doubt. And again, wasn't just scoring, making plays, controlling the pace, controlling the tempo, controlling the game as a whole, playing defense on the other side. He had some great defensive sequences. Right? Those are the things we need from Austin Reaves, right? Like if we get, I'm not necessarily saying remove this game. If we can even get the Minnesota Timberwolves Austin Reaves, right? We can win a championship without a doubt. You add in Luka, you add in LeBron, but yeah, we can do this, right? So, but again, it's the consistency. Got the first win without Luka and LeBron. Love it. Chef kiss. got another game back-to-back, and a game that you should win, right? Like, we should. But you need to handle business, right? Like, you gotta, like I said, Luka's gonna miss probably 4 more games, right? You probably miss about 4 or 5 games. You're 1-0, right? You gotta at least finish 3-2 during the 5-game stretch, something like that. Ideally, if you can finish 4-1, that'd be huge. Like I said, going into it, if we could at least, if he misses 4 games, if we could be 2-2, I'll live with that. I'll take that as a win. Because again, you're missing your 2 best players and your 2 best offensive engines. But if we can go, if he misses 5 games, we go 3-2. That's a huge win. If we go 4-1, the league should pack it in, right? Not literally, but again, this was just an excellent performance across the board from guys. Thought everyone was great. The effort, the energy, the hustle, the grit, the grind, all of those things were just impeccable. I loved what we saw in this game. I love what Austin Reaves brought to this game. It was so much fun to watch, especially that in that fourth quarter. He hit like 4 straight threes. It was just dominant, right? And then they had to like trap him, and he was just picking them apart. That's the Austin Reaves. But anyway, let's get into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions, dive into all of that stuff. Real quick, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's dive right into it. Edmund, coming out, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've been glazing Reaves for moments like this. No, hey, look, do your victory lap, my guy. Look, he was incredible. Like, just no ands, his butts about the guy. But like I said, it wasn't even just the 51 points, right? Because we've seen him drop 40 and stuff like that. Like, it's that, yes, he dropped 50, which is, again, ridiculous. But it was, again, he controlled the game. He made plays. He kept guys involved, kept guys engaged, fed the big man, right? Like, did all those things, played defense on the other side, right? Like, it's a lot. And, again, we got a back-to-back. We'll see who actually plays in that back-to-back. Do the Lakers actually play Austin Reaves? Because we got a lot of guys on heavy minutes. Austin Reaves played 40. Rui played 40, right? So it'll be interesting to see. Marcus Smart, obviously, I imagine they're going to be cautious with him because he played 25 games in the last 2 seasons. So it's all those things. But this was ridiculous. But appreciate you. Days coming out, $2 super chat. Feels odd to get stops in those 50-50 rebounds. Yeah, again, Lakers hustle, effort, energy, grit, all of it. The Lakers, they willed this win. There were several moments where this game easily could have went sideways, right? Lakers had a good, steady lead early on, relinquished that lead in the second quarter, had kind of a bit of a rough quarter, but clawed back in, towards the end of that quarter. And it was like, okay, like new game. And then stretches in that third quarter would kind of look like I don't know how this is going to go. This isn't looking great. And then they just pulled it out. And then they end up having a lead. You look at it, you're like, okay, we're back in business here a little bit. And then it's like, okay, what about fourth? And then the Lakers just kind of continued from there. And again, I loved it, right? Win these quarters, handle the business. So yeah, again, Austin Reaves deserves all the flowers. He deserves all the credit. The guy was ridiculous, but this was a team effort in a lot of ways. A lot of guys contributed. A lot of guys impacted this game in various ways. Look, Sacramento, they're not going to be a good basketball team. I have no faith in them, but they're a team that can score the basketball, and they can score quickly. And I talked about it in the breakdown game. If you don't handle your side of things, this game can get away from you pretty quickly, right? They've leaned fully into the offensive side of things. So they're a team that's looking to outscore you. And, with guys like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis and all those things, so I loved what we saw. I loved the defensive activity. I love the 50-50 balls, all that stuff. Absolutely love it. But appreciate you. Kevin, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If Houston wants AR, they either have to at least give Lakers Eason plus 2027, Phoenix first, plus 29, Dallas first, or Dorian Finney-Smith plus 27 first, plus 28 first, plus 29 first, plus 30 first, a bit more than Bane package. He keeps performing like this, right? Take a step back, right? Because right now we're all in the moment. Take a step back. Got to keep in mind the argument from another side. Let's say I'm Houston, right? My argument would be Yes, Austin Reaves, incredible. Yes, we want Austin Reaves. Yes, dudes out here just dropped the 50 piece. I get that. But what about the playoffs, right? Guy can average 50, but if he gets the playoffs, it's terrible. Then that doesn't help us, right? Like, got to keep in mind those arguments. I don't, like I said, I don't think the Lakers trade Austin Reaves this season. I think if they do trade him, it's in a sign and trade in the offseason when you can get more value because now he can, now you can sign. Because right now, the problem with trading Austin Reaves, which again, I don't think the Lakers will, especially with how good he's playing right now. And if he continues that, but if they were, just for argument's sake, right? If they were, it's really hard to trade him right now because it's hard to get the proper value for him, right? Like I've talked about in the past, you get like an Eason, a Tate, and, like a Clint Capella, solve two of your athletic wing issues and then like a backup center. And then can you get some assets and stuff like that? A couple firsts or whatever, right? Whatever, however Houston values them. But again, it's like, is that the most ideal package? Like in theory and concept, it's like Houston has a clear need. Lakers have a clear need. Both teams could solve that need. It's just figuring out the semantics if you're going to do that. Now, again, it's hard to get true value for us, right? Because like right now, Minnesota's another team. They could be like, hey, we'll give you Jaden McDaniels and 3 firsts for Austin Reaves. You literally can't do it, even if you wanted to. Let's say they were crazy. They were like, we'll give you, Jaden McDaniels and 4 firsts. You can't do it, right? Even if you're like, man, like that's too good to pass. Like you can't do it because he's the best value contract in the league. But if you try to trade him, it's not. Right. And if you try to trade him, it's like, oh. So, but I mean, before anything, right? Lakers have to ensure LeBron and Luka are good, right? You can't even consider if you're the Lakers trading Austin Reaves if LeBron and Luka are good. And depending on how long they sit out, I mean, Austin Reaves could play himself into like, hey, you can't trade this guy, right? I mean, he keeps playing like he did in that Minnesota in this game. I mean, the guy's averaging like now with this game, probably 28, whatever, something like that. So again, Pacers will see. Obviously, like I said, we're all kind of in the moment, which again, what a moment, right? But like I talked about, consistency. That's the thing. I'm not saying consistently scoring 50. Talking about the Minnesota game and this game. 2 excellent examples of what Austin Reaves and what we need from Austin Reaves and what he can bring, right? That versatility across the board. We need that from him, right? So we'll see. But appreciate you again, Kevin. All right, getting into the regular chat. Oh, we got one more that just popped in. Let me get that one real quick, and then we'll jump into the regular chat. Kevin, again, coming out the $5 super. Thank you so much. Desmond Bane is trash in past 2 playoffs too, but Orlando still trade this year 16 pick, 26 first, 2 more first swap. AR should get the same, if not more. But you also have to keep in mind something that I see a lot of people not mention in that trade is they also got off a KCP's contract. So some of those picks were for KCP, right? So Desmond Bane, let's say, at least a first, if not more, but let's just say a first. So you got to at least subtract the first in that trade package. Austin, look, I said it when the Desmond Bane trade happened. I said, if Desmond Bane is getting that kind of return, Austin Reaves should get that, if not more, right? Like he should. Austin Reaves should be getting an absolute haul for the Lakers, right? If that haul comes in, that's just too good to be. Again, you're going to have some desperate teams. You got several teams that could use a playmaker, let alone a guy like him, that Austin Reaves, like this Austin Reaves. I mean, you should get, if the Lakers were to consider it, you'd be getting a crazy package. But once again, it's hard to do it right now. It's very hard to do it right now because, again, he's so cheap, right? So you couldn't even get something where it's like I said, Jaden McDaniels, right? Like, or, a Dyson Daniels or something like that. They could do a Jalen Johnson, like Atlanta call right now and be like, we'll give you Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and 5. You can't do it, right? Like things like that. So just things to kind of keep in mind. But again, I appreciate you, Kevin. Thanks so much, Super Chat. All All right, let's get in the regular chat to some more super chats trickle in. WWW, love it, love it. We just gotta get better every game. Exactly. I mean, that's what it is. You just, again, you lay the foundation and you keep building on it. Losses happen. They're going to happen. Right? It's why after the Warriors loss, I came up here and I was like, it's not how you want to start. There's some issues, some things that the Lakers need to clear up. But the pendulum swing, right? Like I talk about. Every time Lakers, the greatest team ever, oh my God, right? Like Lakers lose, they're trash, 15th seed. Like, it's like, again, gotta stay even keel. It's about building those blocks. Lakers are going to continue, they're only going to get better, right? So again, you lay the foundation, you build on that right now. You have these little gems. If Lakers can stay afloat until Luka gets back, boom, now all of a sudden you're off to the races. You start getting that head of steam, and then LeBron comes back, and now you get that really head of steam. Next thing you look up and you're, a top 3 seed and, back into the playoffs, ready to conquer the world this time, right? That's the idea. But Reaves with the hard carry. Geez, welcome to the NBA. Now Luka go score 50 when he come back. Yeah, Luka's almost, I guarantee you Luka's probably like, Luke, I know Luka's happy, but you got to think like Luka's like, damn. Like 1 point shy. Love how well the whole team played except for K4. Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, this team played impeccable. But sorry, I thought you meant like the carryover. Hey, sorry, I get a lot of like, comments for people, whatever Reaves or anybody like, oh, like, so I when you said carry hard, I was thinking you thought I was thinking carry over. So I was like, welcome to the NBA. But now that I see your other comment, yes, Austin Reaves was fantastic. I mean, I don't know if I'd say a carry hard, because like I said, I mean, you had DeAndre Ayton with an excellent game. I mean, he had 21, what did I say, 21 and 15, right? Rui Hachimura trickled in 18. Austin Reaves was fantastic, right? But it wasn't like we had a bunch of bums and, I mean, you had multiple guys in double figures. Right. I mean, you had counting Reaves, you had 5 guys in double figures. Vando was a point shy, right? But you had DeAndre Ayton with an excellent game. You had some solid performances from guys, but Austin Reaves was. Let's go, Tyler. What a win. Reaves really is him. Tyler Warren, you're first going to have so many people calling you on Reaves. Hater tonight. Be prepared, man. What a win. This was a fantastic win. No, look, like I say all the time, I am fair on Reaves. When Reaves deserves his flowers, he deserves his flowers. I will always praise the man when he deserves flowers. If he lays a bad game, I got to be honest, right? After the Warriors game, I have to be honest, right? It's my job to come up here and be honest and relay. Like, hey, this was not a great performance. Right, for everybody. I mean, I've called out LeBron, I've called out Luka, everything. Right, like again, it's those kind of things. But when guys ball out, I mean, not even this. Right, the Minnesota game, he didn't drop 50 in that, but that was a beautiful game, beautiful sequence. Right, when guys do what they're supposed to do, you get praised. You don't, you get criticized. That's how it works. AR-51, yeah, facts. Right, no, seriously. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, Daniel. Reaves won me $50. That's always good, right? Put a little change in your pocket. Reaves really is like a second Luka. Look, without LeBron, Reaves is like 28, 6, and 8. So he's shown the ability. Again, he's Luka light for sure. Go AR Lakers, yes. Keon Ellis be fouling like crazy. He really does. God fouls like crazy. But I would take him in a heartbeat. Reaves is the goal. Holy Reaves, man, what a fourth. Yeah, seriously. Whew. That dude was ridiculous. Austin Reaves trade Gabe. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trading. I even said it when he was playing well. Like, hopefully it raises his stock because I just think we need a little more size, a little more athleticism out on the perimeter. Reaves is going to be bugging Luke. Yes, 1,000%. I would too if I was Reaves, right? I'd be poking fun at it. Like, hey, dude, like all of that. All-star Reaves. Hey, he's playing like it. He's absolutely playing. He keeps playing the way he's playing. He's going to be an all-star for sure. Yeah, we can't trade Reaves, man. The dude is too talented. Again, guy is unbelievable, right? The guy has been killing it, right? These last 2 games. Unbelievable. But you got to keep in mind, it's the total package, right? Austin Reaves is insane. But yeah, like how many games year in and year out is Austin Reaves going to be the guy? It's about him working. I've said in the past, right? I've said numerous times that can Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic coexist and work? Absolutely, right? And there's an argument to be made historically for Luka. Luka's had his most success with a guy that can self-create and create a little bit for others, right? So can Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic coexist? Absolutely, but you need the right pieces around him, right? I've talked about, if you're going to have Luka and Austin Reaves in your backcourt, you need like 2 Jared Vanderbilts, right? Guys that can just defend, hustle, do the dirty work, and ideally, hopefully be, 35% from 3-point range. And then a guy like a DeAndre, right? Now I think you can win multiple NBA championships. Austin Reaves is great for the moments that Luka is out, for the moments that Luka misses games, all of that. But again, it's one thing when each guy independently is able to do stuff. Will they be able to coexist together to the level of championship? Right? Because there's levels to this. There's like, man, this is cool. This is good. This is really good. Man, this is great. Right? Or fantastic or whatever. And then there's like, no, these two at this level, you're not beating. Right? You're not beating these guys in a 7-game series. Right? Like there's like, are these two the best duo? And like, there's levels to this. Right? We have seen both guys, even last year, there were times where both guys could coexist and make it work. But it's about the game in and game out. You saw in the last playoffs, Austin Reaves kind of get relegated to a catch and shoot 3-point shooter and him kind of phase out a little bit. Was that just a bad run? Was that just, like these are things we're going to work out over this next 82 game season. And then, obviously these playoffs. So, again, I've always maintained Austin Reaves isn't untradeable. Even now, I still don't like, no one is, there's only like a handful of guys in the league, period, that are truly untradeable, right? But you're not trading, like, and I've always maintained, like, even in videos where I've talked about trading Reaves, like I've always said, like, I'm not trading Reaves for like a Colin Sexton or something. It has to make sense, right? It has to be a trade that you're like, okay, this is great. Even if Austin Reaves balls out like we're seeing, this was worth it. Right? Like there's levels to all of this. My boy, this was fantastic. This is exactly what we were looking for from the Lakers with Luka, Don, and LeBron out. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like this is what you want to see, right? That effort, that play from, obviously Austin Reaves played to an insane level, but you got contributions from several guys. Unless we get a good player in return, of course. Yeah, of course. Like I said, it just, again, there's levels, right? Like you're not trading Austin Reaves for a bag of chips, but if the right move comes along, you take it, right? Like, no, like I said, the only guy that's truly untradeable is Luka. Dark coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. AR gotta get paid, but does Braun take a pay cut? I could see. So I think a lot of this really boils down to the success of the Lakers, right? If LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reaves actually coexist and work, then if the Lakers win the championship or get close, right? Say they lose in a tough 7 in the conference finals or they lose in a tough 7 in the NBA finals. I think LeBron does whatever it takes to win. I think LeBron will go, okay, like this might be my last season. Like I'll take 25 million. Also, something we got to keep in mind is what would be his value on the market, right? How many teams are signing up that he would want to go to? Right? Because, I mean, you might get a team like Charlotte or something like that. It's like, dude, we'd make $1 billion for having LeBron on our team, right? Like, so yeah, like there's definitely teams out there that would probably give him $50 million a year. But teams that he would want to play for and actually compete with, how many of those teams would be willing to give him $40-50 million, especially if the sciatica thing becomes a thing, right? Like, so to me, I think it's what's the market and how well all of this works out, right? If the Lakers win the championship, I think LeBron goes, hey, I got number 5. I'm 1 away from Jordan. Pay me $20 million and let's go try to go back to back. I can absolutely see something like that. AR, if he keeps playing like this, absolutely needs to get paid. But here's the thing. It's going to come down to the playoffs because Austin Reaves, again, last year, went on a crazy run and then got to the playoffs and laid a dud. The previous year was not great in the playoffs. The Lakers, all these teams, everybody, if we're going to be fair, all these teams are going to be looking at him in the playoffs. Right? If he can deliver come playoffs, right? When you're not getting how many free throws Austin Reaves have? 22? Yeah, 22 free. He was 21 of 22 from the free throw line. When you don't get 22 free throws, how are you performing? Right? Teams are going to keep that in mind when they're talking about his paycheck. I said it in the offseason. Austin Reaves could average 50 points, 50 rebounds, 50 assists. And everyone in the back of their mind are all going to be thinking, okay, like, let's see the playoffs. Again, not saying he has to average 50, 50, 50 in the playoffs, but if he's really good in the playoffs and basically translates into the playoffs, yeah, he's going to get the bag without a doubt. But if he's, kind of what he was last year, it's like, okay, the physicality becomes an issue, like all these things. Like, again, he's still going to get paid, but is he going to get paid $40 million or something like that? Probably not. All right, if he's really good in the playoffs, I mean, it's probably the difference between 10, 15 million. Now, Austin Reaves, bare minimum, probably get 25 to 30 million. But if he plays well in the playoffs, you're looking at, 30 to 40 million, right? Like that range. So it's going to be big for him. It's going to be a big opportunity for him. So I love what we saw, and hopefully he can keep that up. But again, I appreciate you, seriously. He was showing such great aggression today. Yeah, again, he controlled the game, dictated the game, hit shots, kept guys involved. Right, that was the Austin Reaves we need. Yes, Reaves and Ayton's. I said the same thing when I first started this. Like, yeah, you can see their chemistry building. What a start to the season! Yeah, it's been fantastic. Seriously, beating Minnesota. Again, the Warriors loss. It's a tough loss. But like I said, you wipe your short memory. It was a rough game, little rocky, first game together. It happens. You have bad games. It happens. Lakers are going to lose another game. Right? They're not going to go 81 and 1, right? But it's about, the consistency. How do you bounce back from that? Boom, 2 straight wins. One without LeBron and Luka, right? So that white boy Cold, he is, man. He's him. My birthday was the 20th. Oh, happy birthday. And I got a custom Luka Mamba jersey made from Nike. That is awesome. Can't wait till Luka is back. But shout out again, Reaves and 8-2. Gaming. I turned on the community posts to where anybody can post, like anybody. Take a picture. I'd love to see it. So post a picture of the jersey on the community tab on my channel. I'd love to take a look at it. If you don't mind. If not, then don't worry about it. But I'd love to see it. Lakers need to trade LeBron for Lauri Markkanen. Definitely not going to trade LeBron. And I like Lauri Markkanen. I hate his contract. Like, you got to think, if Lakers are going to pay Austin Reaves, you'd have Austin Reaves, Lauri Markkanen, and Luka Doncic all making 40+ million in this new CBA. I like Lauri Markkanen. He doesn't have the defense, and personally, I'd stay away from that. Hey, Tyler, what's going on? Andrew, sorry, read that wrong. What's going on, Andrew? Appreciate you. And again, tell us you didn't see the game without telling us you didn't see the game. Not bad, Austin. Good job. Yes. Excellent job from Austin. What a beautiful game from Austin. I'm down with Reaves slander until playoffs. Again, yeah, we're all going to have that in the back of our mind. I want to be fair to Austin Reaves. I do, without a doubt. And all season, I want to be fair to him. But playoffs is going to be a very important thing. Let's see. Watching from the Philippines. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the Philippines. I have actually a lot of audience from the Philippines. It's like my second or third most viewed country. So appreciate you. Give Reaves his bag, $35 million per year for AB50 point for a 50-point scorer isn't bad. Again, he's very well could get that money. Again, there's a lot of things that are going to kind of go into it. So we'll see. Our masterclass, absolutely. Reaves not a star, but a superstar. When you're playing like this, he sure is. Let's see. Where's the Reaves hate now? Again, when Reaves plays well, he gets praised. When he plays poor, like that Golden State game, I can't come up here and be like, oh, Austin Reaves played a great game. Like, again, you play well, you get the praise. If you play poorly, I have to be honest, right? I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, Austin Reaves was great. Like, AR doesn't play like this in the playoffs, so Lakers should trade him before his numbers go down. Again, we'll see, right? Like, the problem is again, it's hard to find true value for Austin Reaves, but right, like again, last playoffs was that because you can make an argument he's had as many bad playoff games as he had good playoff games, but can he find that consistency, right? Like, and he's in a contract year, so if he was ever going to be at his best in the playoffs, it's this playoff. Laravia, so yeah, that law, yeah, he missed that, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was a good play by Schroeder. Schroeder recovered that nicely. 8 and 22 and 15. That was awesome. Yes, Aiden, 2 straight games was excellent. Reaves went crazy, but got to do it in the playoffs. Yes, agreed. Got to play well. Not saying he has to drop 50 in the playoffs, but yeah. How'd you feel about Chris Menon in his limited minutes? It's hard to judge. He played what? 2.5 minutes, something like that. 3 minutes. How many minutes did he play? What did he play? Played, 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 59 seconds. It's hard. I mean, he grabbed a board, had a block, right? Had a nice defensive sequence. I mean, it was nice, right? But again, it's hard to properly evaluate somebody in 3 minutes of action, But he did something, right? We've seen a lot of guys go in there in 7 minutes and do nothing, right? The fact that he had a defensive sequence and grabbed a board and stuff, that's really good. Ayton was really good tonight. Very active. AR got possessed by Luka. Yeah, felt like it. Still need to trade Austin Reaves. He can dominate a game or two, but not consistent at all, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a key. Keep an eye on. Again, I don't think anybody's truly untradeable, but again, it just depends on what it is, what the sequence is. But Degora, Degoro. There we go. Degoro. Coming out, $30 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, that was very kind of you. Congrats on the new house. Thank you. Seriously. Yes, I know. I'm so sorry. I missed the I don't know how many people saw the video. I missed which sucked because that was like the first win. It was like a great game to have a live stream. But I wasn't able to do the last live stream because I ended up getting my house finally. For those that don't know, quick bring you up to speed real quick. I moved to Wisconsin a couple months ago. From Las Vegas, born and raised California, moved to Vegas when I was 21, and then recently moved to Wisconsin for some opportunities. So we were, trying to settle in, find a location, found an area, finally found it, and then did the house search thing, and then found our home. And then so this past Friday, the 24th, so 2 days ago, got the house, everything. So now it's just been even today I was packing and loading. So I hate moving. So I'm beat. I'm exhausted. Probably not going to go over an hour. But I couldn't miss another live stream. I had to. I was like, I gotta do it. But you also get a better background here soon too, because the other house doesn't have like the wood panels. It has a normal thing. I want to do a whole setup and everything like that. So I'll look forward to that. And wait, the soonest I can get internet. The only reason I haven't moved officially in the house yet is because the soonest I can get internet is between Tuesday and Thursday. So I gotta wait till this week. So by this week, you should probably see a different background. But sorry, get back to your super chat. Just wanted to bring everyone up to speed. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate it. Please accept my humble housewarming. Seriously, I appreciate you. Like I said, you didn't have to do that at all. The road win, no excuses to leave out Tiki Mask and Audrey Flying Sauce. So, oh my God. So I still have the Tiki Mask, and I definitely will have that. So I don't know what happened, because I had it all nicely wrapped and stuff. It got ruined, like, because I'm moving everything and packing. So the flying saucer, I had to throw out the Aubrey Hepper flying saucer poster because it just got destroyed. I was like, oh man, I was so bummed about it. I really was. I do have the Tiki Mask though. The Tiki Mask definitely I won't get rid of, because has like sentimental value. My mother, who passed away, made that for me like many years ago. So that's something you always see on the wall. But yeah, the Aubrey Hepper flying saucer poster, that one got ruined, which is such a bummer, because one of my good friends gave it to me, and people loved it. It was a real eye catcher. A lot of people really liked it. So I'm gonna have to try to see if I can find another one and buy that because a lot of people really like that poster. Great passing today. Yes, excellent. Like I said, this was a great effort all around. Great effort. By the way, who's manning off the bench? What can we expect from him? So he is our two-way guy. He played for the Golden State Warriors in not preseason, summer league. There we go. So as soon as summer league was over, Lakers snatched him up immediately. So he ended up going and signing a two-way with the Lakers. We didn't get to see him in preseason because he was dealing with a little bit of an injury. Lakers are just being overly cautious on stuff. Offensively, needs some work. He's a guy that definitely needs some work offensively. He is a guy that hyper athletic and is known as a defensive guy. I mean, he was phenomenal defensively in summer league. You saw a nice defensive sequence in this game. He is known as like that athletic, versatile defensive guard. Like think of like what we want Gabe Vincent and Marcus Smart and guys like that to be, but he's bigger. He's like 6'5", right? Hyper athletic. Think of like he's basically the guard version of Jared Vanderbilt. Excellent rebounder, good defender or excellent defender. Needs a little work offensively. He's not as bad offensively as Jared Vanderbilt. He can finish around the rim, has explosiveness, right? All of that. But his three-point shot in particular needs some work. At least from what we saw. Obviously, I'm sure he's been putting work into it. So we'll see if if he's able to kind of knock one down consistently. He missed his first one today, but it's hard to judge somebody on 1-3 attempt and it go like he's good or bad from three. But coming in to the league, three-point shot was definitely something you need to work on. What we saw in summer league still needs some work, but a guy that really could be a nice piece for us moving forward. But again, I appreciate you so much, seriously, and I absolutely graciously and humbly accept your housewarming gift. Thank you, seriously. You didn't have to do that at all, but I'm very thankful. Thank you, seriously. All right, let's get back into the regular chat. Tell some more super chats trickle in. Probably go about 20 more minutes because, like I said, I'm beat, man. I'm gassed. I've been packing and unpacking and loading stuff. And like I said, I don't know. Like if we were in Vegas, I could have done everything in like a day because I know people. I know I have a bunch of friends stuff. It's just like me and my girl and like her family and stuff. But like it's just so I'm doing a lot of it. Just like me and my girl and all the heavy lifting and stuff. So I'm tired. Moving back and forth, but it's all right. We'll get through this. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I'm excited. Can't wait to get a setup and a background and all that stuff for everybody. And, because I get comments regularly for people like, dude, you need a background. I'm like, I know it's coming. It's coming. So I'm very humbled, very thankful, very blessed. And, we'll get into that swing of things. But for right now, I'm like, I hate moving. Who likes moving? This was amazing. For Reaves, go to show that he's a top tier player. We can give him the chance. I mean, look, he's shown the ability on any given night to do it. We're going to see, though, consistently, right? Because this is going to be one of the bigger stretches he's had where he's had to do it kind of alone. He's had games here and there. Like I said, we've watched Austin Reaves, Jackson Hayes, and some G League guys walk into the Boston Garden and dominate Boston and walk out of there with a win. And in the year that they won the championship, right? And gave them one of their few losses. So we know Austin Reaves, given the opportunity, can be a high-notch guy. It's the consistency. And again, I'm not saying he has to average 50 a game or anything like that, but can he consistently kind of carry this team? I'm not expecting him to go 5-0 without Luka or anything like that, but can you got to at least keep us 500, if not slightly over. I'm starting to trust Rui 3 Mura more. Well, so definitely deserve credit where credit is due with Rui Hachimura. Rui has done a phenomenal job being more aggressive, not settling so much, but also JJ Redick, right? We saw with Darvin Ham and even a little bit with Redick, although Rui, I thought, had a little more freedom with Redick last year than Darvin Ham. We saw Rui more often than not get relegated to just being a catch and shoot spot up three guy. It's basically all he was, right? With JJ Redick, you saw him get put in better positions than just like standing in the corner and wait, which under Darvin Ham, that happened a lot. We've seen a lot more movement. Rui Hachimura, if I'm not mistaken, was like first in the league in like cuts and points off of cuts. But you saw more action from him. This season, JJ Redick, I mean, Ruiz talked about it, Redick's talked about it. There were reports about it that like Redick challenged Rui and told Rui he doesn't want him to settle. He doesn't want him to be more aggressive. Rui Hachimura put up 20 or 18 points and only took 1 3. The last few seasons, if he's dropping 18 and taking 10 shots, 6 or 7 of those are from 3. I love that he's not settling. And I talked about it in the offseason, and I've made videos about it since. Rui Hachimura, more often than not, if not every night, is going to have the mismatch. Because teams are going to be so worried about Luka, Austin Reaves, LeBron, and then the center's got to guard DeAndre. So more often than not, if not every night, Rui's either going to have a guy that just can't defend him, a guy that's too small, or a guy that doesn't have the ability to match up in order to slow him down. So it's one of those things. You don't get to celebrate. You've been talking about trading Reaves. Again, ignorant comment. Use your brain, use your noggin. 2, yes, anybody's tradable. I've talked about trading LeBron before. If reports come out about trading somebody, you trade him. Nobody's untradeable. If you could trade, let me ask you this, and I'm going to look for your comment, right? Bet you won't answer it. Tomorrow, San Antonio calls, says, hey, trade you Victor Wembanyama for Austin Reaves. Would you do it? Because if you would, then you shouldn't be celebrating either, because you would trade Austin Reaves. Right? Again, there's levels to this. I've never talked about trading Austin Reaves for a bag of chips, but if you can get the right player or the right package or the right trade, no one's untradeable, right? Like you might have a higher standard than I do. You might only be willing to trade him for, say, a Wemby or a Jokic or something like that, where, I don't think you need to go that high, but it has to make sense. But again, you can't say, like, if you're somebody that's like, no, I would not trade him for Victor Wembanyama, 1, then you shouldn't comment, period. 2, then you're in the same boat as I am. So, again, when you point fingers, get fingers pointing back. So AR is him. He absolutely was. I love the mentality. We have Luka said next man up. We need to keep this up. We can go 3-3 this week. I'd say it's a win. Yeah, if we can stay 500, if not a little higher, whoo. Do you think AR can make an all-star team this year? If he continues to play like this, and again, not even saying this game, even just the Minnesota game, absolutely. Tyler, how cooked are we tomorrow on a back-to-back? I'm not going to lie, that's my concern. Do they play Austin Reaves, right? Or do they kind of play cautious because he played 40 minutes? If he does play, do they keep him? Do they limit him because they don't want him to get hurt, especially with Luka and LeBron out for a week plus? And then Marcus Smart, guys like I don't want to say yes, we are yet, because I want to see what news comes out, who plays, stuff like that. But I am concerned. I mean, if he's averaging 50, yeah, Superbacks playing like this, then yeah. Give Reaves respect. Stop making videos on trading him for role players. Like who? Which role players? Do you still want to trade? Do you still want to trade him again? If the right trade happened, yeah. Again, if you get the right trade tomorrow, yes, absolutely. No, again, no one is untradeable. There's like 3 guys in the league that are truly untradeable, right? That like you would not trade for anybody. Let's see. Lakers must beat the Blazers tomorrow, knowing Minnie and Memphis are after the Blazers. If Lakers can start 4-2 without LeBron and no Luka 4 games, I'll take that. Would be ridiculous. The Ayton Hayton Colt members are very quiet today. Yeah, dude, DeAndre Ayton has been, these last 2 games, he's been very good. I love what we're seeing from him. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something me real quick. Trade Austin Reaves. He said, although don't trade Austin Reaves. Again, we got to keep in mind, right? Say what you want about me. I'm very consistent, right? See a lot of people, and I'm not calling you out, Floyd. Not talking about you. I'm just saying generally. Get a lot of people. Austin Reaves has a game like this, and it's like, Austin Reaves, greatest player ever, Everyone looks foolish for even mentioning or even thinking the thought of trading him. And then Austin Reaves lays a dud, and everyone's like, trade him, right? Again, the pendulum swing. Pendulum swing. Got to maintain it. It's easy to say when Austin Reaves has a game like this, all of you look foolish for wanting him traded. But then as soon as he has a bad game, is everyone going to keep that same energy? Right? That's the thing. Or if he goes on a bad stretch, he has 3 or 4 games where he lays a dud and he's not very good. Are all those same people going to be going like, oh, look how stupid you look? No, of course not. They're going to be either quiet or they're going to be talking about how, like, oh, trade him, get rid of him. He's a bum. That 50 game was a fluke. LeBron's posted AR on Twitter. I'll have to check that out. See, yeah, another one. Again, it just depends, right? Like I said, no one is untradeable, right? Ayton, Smart, Laravia, and Austin Him Reaves. I'll let the super team come. I said give it 20 games and we'll probably get the comments. I don't know so much. Granted, when I said that, I didn't know LeBron was going to miss, a month. And then I didn't think Luka would miss this early. But again, I can see I'm still waiting for that moment. Trade Reaves while his value is high. Again, it's hard to trade Austin Reaves right now because of his contract. It's about time people stop putting Austin Reaves in trade machine for role players. If he wasn't in the West, he'd be an all-star. He's definitely an all-star level player. I've always maintained that. Big W for us on both sides of the basketball. Yeah, this was a great game across the board for the Lakers. Here's water is wet. Crying because the Lakers are good. Let's see the Warriors win a game without Jimmy Butler and Steph and see how that goes. Ayton and Reaves had a good 2-man game tonight. Yes, you can see the chemistry starting to build, and I love it. Yes, Laravia was fantastic. Look, I'm high on Laravia. I've been very high on Laravia. Like I said, he's a development guy. He's 23 years old. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have good games, but he was excellent tonight. People are panicking early today when those injury reports came out. They forgot AR beat the Celtics without Bron and AD last season. Exactly. Actually did 2 years in a row. And talked about that in the video I posted. Let's see. Ayton plays like a big man. Ayton plays inside like a big man is supposed to play. And he is hustling on both ends of the floor. Everyone talk about his motor. So for Ayton, motor is Ayton's been fantastic. I mean, look, I talked about it all preseason, talked about it every game thus far. He has been great. He's been bought in, he's playing both sides of the basketball. Again, like I said, we're not that far removed from DeAndre Ayton being in talks of, is this guy a top 3 to 5 center in all of basketball? And being the defensive anchor for the number 3 defense in all of basketball. Respect AR, but I'm not going to lie. Kind of have one of the most unserious defenses I have ever seen in my life. There are 22 Lakers adjacent. Look, Sacramento leaned all in on the defense. But 50 points is 50. 50 points is that's I don't like you dropping 50 at your local Y is a lot, Warriors lost to the Blazers a few days ago. Let's see. I love how some people love Reaves, then shit on him in the playoffs. Yeah. Again, like I said, when it's the pendulum swing, right? When a guy is playing out of his mind, he's the greatest player ever. Everyone's an idiot for wanting him traded. Everyone's an idiot for, doubting him. Oh my God. And then as soon as he lays a dud, it's he's trash. Get rid of him. Get him off my team. Boy's a bum. Right? It's how it goes. Ayton's presence and rebounds are so crucial. Levine's shots need to be adjusted with his long hands. Yeah, I mean, again, people need to understand DeAndre Ayton is doing a lot of his defense out on the perimeter. And he's staying in front of guards, staying in front of forwards. I mean, he's hustling back and dropping back and drop coverage and blocking shot. I mean, the guy's been phenomenal. I think it's very possible. Again, you need the right complementary pieces around him. That's really what it boils down to. Ayton plays like a center. AD wanted to play the 4 and wanted to play outside in. So even with AD, we didn't really have a center. Now we do, and it shows. Yeah, I mean, look, DeAndre Ayton has been fantastic. Reaves wants to be a Laker, and even though he shows how to be inconsistent at times, he's not scared of being in the spotlight. Yes, he absolutely, like, you say what you want about Austin Reaves. He's not afraid of the moment, right? And he's not afraid of the Laker lights. We've seen a lot of players, fade into the Laker lights. But again, we're Laker fans. We have a high standard because we've been so privileged for the type of players and stuff we've had over the years, right? So there is this level of expectation from players and guys. So, I get it to an extent, right? But, look, Austin Reaves wants to be a Lakers, not afraid of the moment. But it really boils down to money to me. I've said this a million times, right? If Austin Reaves was like, hey, give me, whatever, 5 years, 125 million, no question, keep him, right? If he wanted 30 million and was willing to be the sixth man, pay him, keep him, right? Like there's things like if he wants 40 plus million in this new CBA and him and Luka don't work, as great as he can be, Luka's still better. And he's the guy you need to go with. And he's the franchise and the face and all of that. Right. So again, it's just there's things that matter, right? Let's see. As it stands, Lakers, when are you going to apologize? When, again, it's one game, Austin Reaves, right? Like, when he has a bad playoff, like, does this erase him laying a dud in the playoffs? No, right? So when he's playing terrible in the playoffs, and I say I don't trust him in the playoffs, and him dropping 50 in the regular season against the worst defensive team in all of basketball, that doesn't warrant an apology, right? Like, again, context matters. Again, use it. Remember you wanted him traded? Yeah, again, if the right trade comes along, you trade him. Again, where were you in the playoffs when he was laying a dud? Were you somebody that was like, no, we can't trade Austin Reaves, I stand by my guy? You weren't. You're silent, right? Again, keep the energy. Can't when a guy's good, you can't talk mess. And then when he's bad, stay quiet, right? Reaves needs to be our second ball handler when Braun comes back. I have said that all offseason. LeBron needs to be the third option. He'll never be the third option, right? But he needs to be the third option. I'm right there with you. Let's see. It's like character building moment. This game is showing the grit of this team. Yeah, look, said it. There's a version of this team that can absolutely hoist Larry O'Brien, right? Just like there's a version of this team that can miss the playoffs or be a play-in team, be a first-round exit or whatever. It's how does this team come together and deliver in the way that we need them to? Let's see. I love that the guys they pick up this offseason get better each game. Yeah, look, Marcus Smart has been fantastic. Jake LaRavia has been fantastic. DeAndre Ayton's been fantastic. You gotta love it. You need to keep that. Let's see. You still think that AR for Tari East and Clint Capella? I talked about this earlier. Again, if it's the right package and it makes sense, right? You got to keep in mind, Austin Reaves and Luka have to be able to coexist, right? Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves being great individually doesn't necessarily translate to championship. Austin Reaves, all-star, could be fantastic, all of that. But if you never win a championship, what's the point, right? Like, if it doesn't work and it doesn't fit, what's the point? Lakers, if you're a Laker fan, you should know as well as anybody that paper doesn't always translate. Lakers have had some insane teams on paper, right? Kobe, right? Dwight, Metta World Peace, Pau Gasol, right? Like, again, Steve Nash. What were they? If it wasn't for Kobe tearing his Achilles to get us in the playoffs and then us to get ran through in the playoffs, we're not even a playoff team. Dwight, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo, like Carmelo Anthony, on paper, looked like the greatest team ever assembled. Didn't even make the playoffs. Right? Like, Ken, we've had teams over the years. It's not as much of Austin Reaves, every game that LeBron and Luka are out, or move LeBron from away. Every game Luka is out, Austin Reaves could average 50. But if Austin Reaves and Luka together don't work and don't make sense and are awkward, which again, you can argue we don't have the sample size yet, which is fine. But if those two don't work, then you can't just be like, okay, well, we're going to keep Austin Reaves because he can be really good when Luka doesn't play. Like, how often are we looking for Luka to miss? If we're counting on Luka to play 70 games a season, then you have to do what's best for the team, right? If we're Laker fans, it's about what's best for the team, not what's best for the favorite. I was a Laker fan before Austin Reaves. I'll be a Laker fan after Austin Reaves. If we trade Austin Reaves tomorrow and win 3 straight championships, I would do that all day, right? Again, it has to make sense. It has to be warranted. If you can get a trade that makes us better overall as a team and solves the needs and does all those things, then yes. Reaves outplayed LaVine, who Laker fans wanted so bad. I wanted LaVine badly before the Luka trade. But like I said, once we got Luka, it didn't make sense anymore. Tyler, I'm still trading Reaves for Neesmith straight up, and I'm not hating. I will never forget Reaves sold us these past 2 playoffs, and I'm not falling for the regular season performance. Again, I don't blame people for having their reservations. I still have my reservations, absolutely. Again, I don't think anyone's untradeable. It just has to be for the right piece, right point. But all right, I'm gonna do a handful of more comments. I'm gonna get out of here so I can, because it's almost midnight where I'm at. I'm gonna be up early again tomorrow. Reaves fans are coming at you and call you hater night after this. Of course, every time Austin Reaves has a great game, they all come out of the woodworks and tell me how I'm an idiot. But as soon as he lays a dud, they're all silent. Again, support your guy. My thing is just the consistency, right? If you're gonna talk. If you're gonna tell me like, oh, I'm an idiot for trading for one and trade Austin Reaves at times, then fine. Like I said, when Austin Reaves is good, I praise him. When Austin Reaves plays poorly, I criticize. Right? It's my job. It's what I'm supposed to do. Come up here and be critical. I'm not gonna come up here and be like, man, Austin Reaves is great. Like, no, if he laid a dud, he laid a dud. Let's talk about it. But the thing is, like, it's really odd because, like, I can talk about LeBron and I get a couple people, but for the most part, most people are like, you're right. Talk about Anthony Davis. Most people are like, yeah, you're right. Talk about Luka. Most people are like, yeah, you're right. For whatever reason, Austin Reaves is the guy that's off limits. It's crazy. Like, I can talk about if Luka has a bad game, I can be like, hey, Luka laid a dud. And everyone's like, yeah, Luka laid a dud. Anthony Davis, this is a bad game by Anthony. Yeah, it's a bad game by Anthony Davis. Tyler, I'm right there with you. LeBron James, man, he's got to. Come on, man. You missed 0 of 9 from 3. Come on, stop shooting 3. 7 turnovers. Come on. What are you doing? But if I'm like, Austin, 7 turnovers. Come on, the guy. Like, it's so weird. It's like, it's crazy to me. I can criticize anybody else on this team as soon as I mention Austin Reaves. It's like, I don't know what Sacramento's thought process was in that. Yeah, they always do. As soon as he starts laying duds, trade Austin Reaves still, huh? Again, for the right trade. William, tomorrow, Spurs call. Hey, Victor Wembanyama for Austin Reaves right now, straight up. Are you not doing that? Because then you would trade Austin Reaves too. Would you not? So then we're in the same boat, right? You would trade Austin Reaves. Just has to be for the right package, right player, right trade, right? Same thing. So, again, AR had an awesome apogee of a game. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Let me find something to me. Yeah, Warriors aren't beating the Lakers. Fully healthy, especially in a 7-game series. Let's see. AR is playing like there's 50 M on the. I mean, he's not right. There is. Right, he's playing like he wants to get the bag. Honestly, I wasn't worried about this game because Kings are mediocre. Kept saying Lakers can win tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. Some of these comments are hilarious. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Here we go. Reaves would have been the 9th player ever to get a 50-point triple-double if he got one more assist. If Jake LaRavia who he had a good game tonight. I don't want to get on him. But if Jake LaRavia didn't miss that, which got to credit Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder had a good defensive stop. But if they did, then we would have been great. Tyler's to go. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Seriously. Thank you. Kobe of Arkansas. That's right. Kobe of Arkansas. He is. AR is him. He absolutely was him today. I would. Yeah, Kobe would have loved AR. His grit, the way he plays. Again, I like AR. Like, people try to make it out like I just hate AR and I just want the bum traded. I like AR a lot. But again, it's about the team. One thing I'd like to say is the last two games JJ has played LaRavia and Vandal a lot more. Exactly. Agreed. Made videos about both of those things as well. Love it. If Lakers win championship this year, what contract do you think Lakers offer him? And do you think he'll take it? You talk about Austin Reaves. I mean, it depends on how good Austin Reaves is, right? Like, if Lakers win a championship despite Austin Reaves playing poorly, then, probably $30 million. If they win because Austin Reaves, is whatever, 25, 6-6 or something like that, then probably 35 to 40 million. I think it just depends on what he does and how he plays. This is why Austin Reaves 6-man makes sense. You get more, gets more opportunities. Ayton's defense has been fantastic. It's why I said I think Ayton's the answer. I got a lot of slack for that. Let's see. The Warriors could not beat the Trailblazers without their coach. Might I say the Warriors are done yet? Of all players averaging 34 points, 57% shooting, 7.7 rebounds, 9.7 assists per game, how much money should that player get? How much and assets could you get for a player with those numbers? I mean, again, if somebody's consistently putting that up, right, then talking max money, talking max player money, you're talking, star level haul, 4 first, some young players, some quality players, whatever, right? But again, context is important, right? We've seen guys have really good runs in the regular season, terrible playoff performances, right? Like, it's the entire package, and teams take that into account, right? Look, there's always a sucker. There's always a player that's going to be, hey, we'll do this, that, right? But like, most teams will look at that and go like, yeah, Austin Reaves is great in the regular season. And look, you need to have a good regular season to make the playoffs. But, it's the entire package, especially the new CBA. Look, I've said this before. If it wasn't for the new CBA, Austin Reaves would probably be a lock to get 40 million. Like, genuinely. Like, I don't even think it'd be a doubt. Especially now that we have Mark Walters, I think they just pay the luxury tax and do what they got to do. But the new CBA changes things. Teams are a lot more reluctant, right? Teams are a lot more cautious on things. But, all right, let me do a couple more, and then I'm going to get out of here. He has to prove it in the playoffs in 3 playoff runs. He's only had one good one. Yes. Playoffs is going to be the next step. Man, it feels great when you have a legit set. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. I like how we push the ball to the others to gel and play ball. Once they had Luka and LeBron, it's a wrap. Yeah, I love how this team's playing. I love the performance of this team. I love what this team's doing. Right, they're looking like a team that can, if they put it all together, can win an NBA championship. So that's great. All right, let's do respect Ayton. Yes, Ayton has been fantastic. Let's see. Ayton was bad on the Blazers team last season. Blazers were just a bad team, period. And he didn't want to be there. I mean, Ayton he thought he was going to be the guy. Lakers man cave, that's the plan. Have a background, have some, like, I don't know if you were around when I had the background a couple months ago. Had like Kobe and a couple LeBron stuff, a couple like just cool aesthetic things. So definitely want to kind of have it be kind of a thing. But as far as like man caves go, yes, I do want to like full like man cave. Yeah, I want to have I would love to eventually have like, like a jumbo, like the Lakers jumbotron and stuff like that. Um, let's see. Sorry, trying to find some me real quick. Then get a couple more and get out of here. Do you think the media will give DA his props after this game, or will they be a hater? I mean, media kind of flip floppy. So he has a game like this, they'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, he's the greatest," and then next game they'll be like, he has a bad game," and they'll be like, "Oh, he's trash." Yeah, DeAndre Ayton revenge game tomorrow. Let's see. See if AR can do it in the playoffs. Yes, that's very key, very important. Stop fouling. It's that simple. Yes. Let's go, Austin Tyler Reaves. Yes, and that's the best. The middle name. No, AR was fantastic. Seriously, AR was ridiculous. Hey, let's double the tree and see if it works. Let's see. Do you still want to trade AR? Loser, me. Yes, I do. Like I said, nobody's untradeable. It just depends on what it is. You're not trading Austin Reaves for a something, random, but let's see. Let's see. Watch the first option. Austin Reaves has consistently been amazing, man. He genuinely is the same talent. He is, man. When he's in that zone, he's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Lakers potential is looking good. Like I said, there is a version of this team that can win an NBA championship. Just can they consistently put it together? Lakers need to trade big time. Yeah, I mean, I still think they need some athleticism. This isn't a perfect team. This is far from a perfect team, but man, they have some chances here. By the way, damn, I didn't know the Lakers had the #1 pick in the G League draft. They drafted Dylan Jones. Yes, he kind of reminds me of Mason Jones, both unathletic, but can shoot. Yes. I need to do a video on Dylan Jones. I talked about the Drew Timmy trade, and then we had a game today, so I did that. Probably talk about Dylan Jones probably tomorrow if I can. Let's see. AR has the potential. The question is, has he reached his potential, or can he get even better? Luka and LeBron in the playoffs is dangerous enough. No Reaves as a third option. Yeah, I mean, look, if he can be that consistent Austin Reaves come playoff time, Lakers are in trouble, or Lakers will be trouble. What's going on, Jay? Yo, they say Gabe in a walking boot. WTF? Ooh, yeah, I know he had a rough landing. Looked like he came down on was it Aiton's foot? So hopefully he's all right. All these injuries, man, yeah. And then Marcus Smart had that little nagging thing. It's just next man up. We got to stay afloat. Let's see. What a win. Let's go. Yes, agreed. Fantastic win. Let's do a couple more and get out of here. AR stock is rising without a doubt. Wasn't AR playing with a bad toe in the playoffs after game 3? So it was like people use it like he was hurt going into the playoffs. No, it was later in the playoffs. Series was already in shambles. That boy AR is something else. He was phenomenal this game. Absolutely phenomenal. AR fanboys love making excuses for him in the playoffs. Like I said, they usually go silent until, like, again, he's a good player. He's a good player, right? It's just, it's about the consistency and showing up in the playoffs. If he can do those things, we're great. Oh, basically got to the end of the chat. Awesome. Imagine we can pull off Vucevic and Wiggins for nothing. Very positive. Never say never. At this point, we get second coming of MJ for that guy. Just kidding, of course. I love Eric. Great man. Yeah, fantastic. Austin, you're him. Austin. They need a playmaking guard. It shows when Austin came out, and it was Gabe and Smart. Was brutal in the fourth. Yeah, but how long are you going to have Luka and LeBron out? Like, the reason you don't really need a playmaking guard right now is because you have Austin, LeBron, and Luka Doncic. So that's the idea. But anyway, I am going to skate on out of here. I appreciate all of you so very much for hanging out with me. Seriously, you people are beautiful. Hit that like button on the way out for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Everyone that gave me super chats, thank you so much. Seriously, helps me out a ton. You have no idea. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. We got a game tomorrow. So I will see you all tomorrow. Let's go get this